Yeah. The way you get a daughter, if you got that fucking the little like the travel toothpaste kind of nut, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you get a daughter.
Yeah, perfect.
Real slow. Yeah.
That's how you prevent retards. You have to swab the pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you.
Yeah, I come on the tip of a Q-tip, and then I just sort of, one of the long ones.
Mm-hmm.
I nut on that, and then I put it in women on the train.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I say, but I dress up like Harry Potter. And the tip is disguised as a wand.
Yeah.
And then I get theatrical makeup to look like I have Down syndrome. So a woman will be like, "Oh my God, what the?" And I'm like, "Hello, how are you doing this?" You know, and they're like, "Oh, it's a mentally retarded man." Go ahead, swab away.
But if you don't get enough cum in there, he's gay.
Yeah.
So you got to find the right.
I think that's another thing where it's too much cum and that's gay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance between,
because that's often there's a bunch of studies that often with like fraternal and identical twins, if they're both boys, one of them will have Down syndrome and the other one will be gay.
Really?
yeah.
It's something like 92% of the time. One of them comes out normal but gay.
Yeah.
And the other one comes out Down syndrome but not gay, straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fun bit. And if you're not retarded or gay, you don't have a fraternal twin who's retarded or gay.
Call
you're
now.
retarded and gay.
Yeah. Call now. Are you a twin? Are you a pair of fraternal twins and you don't have Down syndrome or one of you isn't gay? A cash settlement might be available to you. Call now. Call the law firm. Call this law firm that doesn't understand how lawsuits work.
Did you ever see those
We're
commercials?
suing McDonald's.
Did you hear those commercials for Champion Bank where you guys grew up?
No.
Where the guy was like, when your bank says no, Champion says yes.
No.
And okay, well, we were, because I think it was like a
You just
like
go
a
into the
Maryland.
bank, you go up to the teller, and you're like, "Can I have sex with you?" He's like, "No," and I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna go the bitch at Champion Bank then, you whore."
Get in here, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he was like kind of effeminate, I guess, in the commercial. You can YouTube the commercial, but one time we were at the dinner at Olive Garden, me and my family, and my dad brought up that commercial, and my grandma was going, "Oh, he's a he's a." She's just calling this guy a at Olive Garden.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. When is like what do they mean? Do they do like second chance financing or something?
It's probably like
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
a pre-2008 financial crash bank.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's
Is that a
probably
new
sub-
Kangol hat?
Yeah, I got a new Kangol.
Now that like I'm your guy, you know, I gas you
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I feel like I'm allowed to buy the same hat.
That's copying.
But the copying doesn't exist in the new paradigm. I'm like, wow, Adam's wearing such a cool hat. I want to be like Adam.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the hat.
Do you think that my personality is different in this hat
From what?
from my old personality?
And whatever you're doing, it's better.
Yeah, it's a
Thanks.
good look.
It's
I
better.
appreciate it.
You're
yeah.
always progressing.
I feel like this is...
That's the thing I like about
it makes
Adam
me
is
feel good.
He's like Adam's sort of like a barbershop pole.
Yeah.
You know, he's always moving up.
Right.
But from a distance, it's like an optical illusion. You don't understand how a man can continue to triumph.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
For sure.
But
Yeah.
somehow he does.
Yeah.
There's
It's
not a
just- it's like
narrative
he just
arc of
keeps
up
going.
and
It's
then
like
down.
a cosmic accident. I
It's
just
sort
keep
of-
tripping, like kind of like OJ in The Naked Gun.
Uh-huh.
You know, I keep fumbling my way up.
Way up, yeah. Mhm.
Wait, I want to tell you guys about a Mystica though. So so it's a collaboration between Chris Angel and then one of the guys that started Cirque du Soleil on the Strip. This guy like named Francisco Dragone, and it's like basically
Francis the Dragon.
Francis the Dragon. And I thought it would be like a Chris Angel magic show, but it turned out that Chris Angel's not even in the show, but he introduced it because he's like, this is going to be a TV taping for my new show, Magic with the Stars, right? And I was like, I want to be on TV. So my sister's boyfriend got us tickets, and we're in the third tier back row on the right side. We had like the worst seats in the house. And like 10 minutes before the show started, they're like, "Hey, Chris couldn't sell out, the bottom, like the mezzanine. So we're gonna need you to come forward."
Who was
and
that?
fill it up."
Like a
Like some
stagehand?
usher, yeah. So we got brought up, and we ended up being in the second row, and I'm like right next to the cameras. And so like he introduces the show. He's like, "Guys, like we're gonna use your audience reactions for my new show, Magic with the Stars." And he's like, it's going to be hosted by Eddie Griffin. It's going to be a fantastic show. I got 5 seasons on the CW. It's going to be amazing. And so like I'm right next to the camera. So every trick I like cut. I hope I'm on the show, but every trick I cut away, and I'm like, But it's like it's so bad. It's like gay dances and stuff, and it's just like
I hope you are. This is why we need to get an Adam
Yeah.
Friedland shirt printed up. So
we
that
really do.
If you had
Yeah.
been wearing that shirt while at the taping,
I know.
They
And I was
couldn't
like
have done-
giving
they could-
standing
yeah.
ovations. The camera kept going to me and my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he's like he goes on stage, he's like, we need your reactions to be big
Yeah.
because this is TV. And he's like,
I
he's like,
actually-
anyway, I'm not in the show, but this is the story of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go back into the audience and sit with my friends Flo Rida and Flava Flav. And he was like sitting next to Flo Rida and Flava Flav.
my guerrilla marketing campaign, I got an Adam Friedland shirt. I got a police scanner. I find out where shootings happen uptown, the Bronx.
Yeah.
And then I just rush there.
Yeah.
And then I pretend I lie to the police.
You get on like local news.
Yeah, and say
Yeah.
I witnessed it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he came from over there, and we didn't know what he was doing, but he came over.
Your T-shirt
This
says
is Adam Friedland
Show.
show. And they're like,
Pretty
why are
good.
you talking like that?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You're an eyewitness
That's
to
good.
like 8 murders.
Yeah.
You have to
I've
go to
seen every
court.
one of them.
You have to go to court.
No, I'm up here. I've seen everyone. Where are you from, sir? I don't know. I haven't thought about it, you know. I could be from anywhere.
Yeah, you're from the Mexican part of Asia.
Mexican China.
Yeah. Anyway,
They call,
so
you ever smoked this shit? They call it Mexican China. They call this shit Mexican China. This is the finest stinky, inky, dunky, wonky you ever done, boy. You ever smoked that Mexican China? That raw Mexican China?
so
Steven was making me laugh so hard.
What was he saying?
I wish I could remember what the he was saying.
he was like saying some
I don't know.
70s
Yeah,
dad
he was
black
he,
guy
yeah,
thing.
Steven was just doing.
Our editor, Stephen Gerwitz, shout out to him. He
Yeah.
edits our show
I
now.
don't know. I showed up at the bar and he was like, "Oh, give me some, brother." He like said something like that, and it was just like it's annoying the first time he does it. And then Adam walks up and he's like, "Watch this," and he does it exactly the same.
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, give me some, brother."
Yeah, he's
And then it just played in my head
It's
for
so-
like another 2 days.
It's so funny. Like my guy reached Steven like 4 years late, and when the first time he heard it, he's like, "This is great. I got to start doing this to everyone." He's like, "My guy." We're like, "Steven, this is like black kids have been doing this for 8 years now."
Yeah.
Oh, it's a mess. Anyway, so the show starts, right? And so what the show is about is it's a journey. It's about a boy named Christopher who grew up in Huntington, Long Island.
And Eddie Griffin hosts this show.
No, this is going to be for his new CW show, Magic with the Stars.
Okay. So it's like a scripted
We
show?
went to see his second Vegas strip show called A Mystica, which is basically a mixture between Mind Freak and Cirque du Soleil.
Uh-huh.
And it does not feature Chris Angel
Here
whatsoever.
we go, real quick. We're going to do a little soundbite for the libs. We're going to put this on social media. You know what we should do is to take the American flag and change it. So the states that have banned abortion, we replace their stars with swastikas because they're fascists.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Steven, if you want to clip that part, and then we can put that on,
We can put that on the socials.
we can put that and watch the Adam Friedland show for more center left.
Yeah.
We're taking it to the streets.
Yeah, and we're going to be reporting live next episode from the jail cell that Donald Trump will be in by the end of
Donald
the week.
Trump, you,
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 you, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, Mar-a-Lago.
Who, you think you're allowed to have codes?
R.I.P. to
You piece
Ivanka,
of shit.
because R.I.P. to Ivanka, who until last week I was wishing upon daily.
No, she's a
But,
queen.
but now that she's dead, I'm not some piece of shit GOP QAnon ass face shit ass. I respect when someone dies. I say R.I.P. to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because at the end of the day, I still have human dignity
Yeah.
that Donald Trump does have, that these QAnon pieces of
That's right.
that these clown ass the have Clarence Thomas. You
All right. Okay, stop. Don't say it.
Yeah. You know what we want to say, folks.
Clarence Thomas, you bad guy. You
Don't say it.
Didn't some guy tweet
Not
that?
that kind of shit.
Yeah, some
No,
I
no.
just tweet
a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Just like white women went off like tea kettles.
There
They hit
we
their boiler. It's all of them. Yeah. Even if you weren't online, they all typed it at the same time enough
Exactly.
that it became audible.
Yeah.
There was enough. They all did it
Sorry,
with
I'm
Siri.
off my meds.
Can you imagine that? A white lady's calling Clarence Thomas the N-word, and at the bottom of the tweet it says sent with Siri. Makes it even worse. She's in her her Toyota Sienna
Yeah.
saying that to CarPlay. She's got a 3-year-old in a car seat in the back.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hey Siri, compose tweet." I'm just gonna say it. Clarence Thomas. Her baby's like, Clarence Thomas is a big boo. And she's like, no. No, baby. Bad baby.
She must have learned that word from watching BET or something.
Yeah, she learned it from the George Floyd protest. I brought my baby to the George Floyd protest, and she learned the
That's
N-word.
where she learned it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We walked through a George Floyd protest on the way to the Pride Festival, where a guy in a dog gimp costume is getting in his ass by Big Bird. And I wanted to take her to meet the new Big Bird. I wanted to show her that Big Bird loves people.